Yes, hello. Yes, welcome to this YouTube channel. It's mine. Yeah, my name is Alice Ndunda. Yes, you can subscribe for more. Yes, and I'm working in Gulf. So, most of the times I always share stories. I share my experience and issues concerning Gulf. But today, I decided to share part of my story. And yes, and before I share my story, it's a true story. I want to ask parents, uh, how do you trust those people you connect, those friends of yours, those you connect them with, either your daughter or your your daughter or your son or your brother or sister? How do you trust them? Yes, and if if something like this, like what I'm sharing, you can tell me on the comment section whether it has ever happened to you. So this is my true story. It was back in 2010, and at that time I'd finished my form 4, and at that age you want to hustle, you want to look for money. So for me, I knew the hairdressing, I knew. So I preferred I could go to do it before I go for a college. So my dad my dad told me, and I am not blaming my dad. So because he's a parent and he was fighting on how I can get a job. So because for him himself, he did not have that that information that this friend can have that other side. Yes, let me call it the other side. The mind had rushed to the other side. So the the guy was my father's friend, and he was working under the Air Force. So I'm not going to mention his name. So when my dad connected me with that guy, the guy took my number, and I took the number of the guy, and the guy promised me that he will call me. For those who are familiar with the Air Forces, inside the Air Force, there are those supermarkets. Yeah, the supermarkets, they are called AFCO. Yeah, they are called AFCO. So, and the products there inside, they are very cheap. They are not like the other supermarkets because the tax is lowered. And they have good products, and I'm not promoting them. So, the guy told my father that they are taking people to work in those supermarkets. I don't know, they were taking people for cashier, or they were wanted for cleaners, or for people to arrange. The supermarkets have a lot of jobs. So he told my father that he can connect me and get a job. So we stayed like a week, 2 weeks, but the guy did not call. So one time I was going to my father's house, and boom, I came across the guy. So the guy told me, I've been searching for you, although I've not called you, but either tomorrow or one of these Fridays, I'm going to call you so that you can go for an interview. Or, okay, I said yes. Then he told me, now you don't have transport. I can call you, and at that time you don't have transport. The guy gave me 200 shillings. So for me, I did not spend that money, the 200, because the guy told me he can call me anytime. So I kept the 200 so that in case he calls me, I will not start, oh, I don't have transport, and then I did not know where he will call me for that interview. So after like 2 days, the guy called me and told me, Rush, I was staying in Isili in Nairobi. So he told me, rush very quickly, come at this place is called Garage. And from where I was staying to garage, it was 10 shillings at that time. So I just boarded a matatu, and I was already in garage at that area. So from there, remember I had that 200. So I did not use that 200. I have not even paid the 10 shillings from that 200. I still have the 200. So the guy told me, so we are going to see the boss in town. And I said, it's okay. So we boarded another matatu to town. Then to town, the guy he gave the conductor the money. It was 20 shillings to town, and he gave the conductor 200 shillings, and the guy when he was given the change, it was 160. The guy gave me the money and told me, you can keep this one. And I asked him why. It's your money. And he told me, okay, it's my money, but you can keep it. I'll take it later. And I said, it's okay. I put it in my handbag. We went to town. Then, after we got town, I know most people know this Kirinyaga Road. So we used that Kirinyaga Road. And I was like, now my senses started asking me questions. Where are you going here? Do you have any offices for the Air Force around this area? So here we reached at a point, and he told me, yes, it's here. Then we got inside. Boom, it was a club. So patiently I said, oh, but police officers like drinking, so maybe he's here. I got inside, and I sat down. So he asked me, should we see the mkubwa or we eat first? Then, because I was anxious to get the job, I told him, I think we can see the mkubwa first. Then he told me, okay, you can take soda before I call him so that we can go and see him. I said, okay. He told me he's inside. So I was wondering where inside. So the time we were taking that soda, he gave me 1,000. And I asked the guy what this 1,000 was for. Then he told me, no. Just hold it for me. I'm going to take it. And I'm like, I have the 1,000. Yes, I did not put it in my handbag. I hold it with my hands, and I continued taking my soda. So then the guy stood up and went to approach another lady. After he approached the lady, according to what I see, and remember that time it's like I have tension in me. So I'm very careful to see what is happening. So he went and approached that lady, and the lady went inside and came out. He gave the guy the key and a receipt. So in my mind it rang that the guy has given out money. That's why he's being given a receipt and a key, So, and the lady called him and said, come, I show you. Then they went inside. My mind told me this is a lodging, So, and I was very a fool, and I was very naive, So they went inside. So my mind told me, this lady has gone to show the guy the room, the guest room. So I lost my consent, and my mind told me, you know what, Alice? Just get out of here. Get out of here. Then that's what I did. I did not have that second round thought. I just walked out. So I think before he came back, he found I was not there. Then he started calling me. And remember, this is a police officer. So I'm like, the way I am moving, I don't want to look at back. I'm just saying, I can hear any shooting anytime. Because remember, I have the 1,000. He gave me 200. And remember, I have the 160 shillings for the change. So I was walking, and I was full of fear. Like, this guy can kill me, So he called me, and I received the call, and he asked me, where have you gone? I told him, no, I've just received a call and I have to go. Then he told me, how can I pay a room? I pay a room, I give you money, 1,000. He talked of the 1,000, he did not talk of the other money. 1,000, yet you don't want to sleep with me so that I can give you a job. So that when my man told me, you were right. He wants to sleep with you so that you can get a job, you know? That when I said, oh my God, I told him I cannot sleep with a man, not out of love, but just to give me a job. It's better I lose the job. Because if this job I'm given, because I slept with the guy, I have to maintain it with my body. So he will be sleeping with me so that I can maintain that job. Remember, to maintain that job, I have to be sleeping with the guy. And it's an old guy, older than even my father. And I said no. So it came a time that my dad, I think they communicated with my dad, and the guy told my father that I escaped and I don't want that job. So my father called me, and my father was furious and was very hungry. Thank God my mom was there. So my father started, oh, you don't want a job. You don't want a job. What do you want? Then I just came direct and I told my mom that guy wanted to sleep with me so that I can offer me that job. Then my mom told my father, no, you should have to listen the other side of the story. And that's how it ended. I thank God. I thank God. I did not fall on that trap. Thank you.